the wrap-up. It is the wrap-up. It's all a bit depressing, isn't it? But we're going to try and be positive. With me, Gareth Roberts, Mo Stewart joining us today as well. He's the most positive man in the world. That's what I'm pitching him as. I didn't tell you that.
We're in a lot of trouble now.
But you know, just to look back over the last 11 days or so, it's been a grim time to be a Red. Let's not sort of try and polish that bit of it. Burnley hugely frustrating, and now Leicester in the cup hugely frustrating too. And we're out, and everyone else has gone through, which doesn't help, does it?
Well, it doesn't. But if you're trying to put a positive spin on it, and that seems to be why I'm here, then come January time when they're all playing each other and they've got the kind of build-up of games that we had last year and we haven't, maybe it's going to come into our favour. I mean, it seems to me like we're just having our January run in September. So if that means that we don't have it in January, I'll be happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it has really been a sort of tale of 2 months. August, pretty sound. Get through the Champions League, batter Arsenal, beat Crystal Palace. Everyone's pretty happy after the Watford draw when they weren't happy. And then September's just been a nightmare. But it's, you know, it feels like we can still get this one back. We've got Leicester at the weekend. We've got Spartak Moscow away. Win those two and we'll all feel a little bit happier, won't we? And it does still feel like they're capable of results. I mean, you know, in every sort of game that's gone wrong, if we're looking for positives, and we are, there's something, isn't there? You know, there's Firmino missing a penalty. There's lots and lots of chances that you think Liverpool can be more ruthless with. There's just switching on and concentrating.
Small margins. Yeah. And honestly, I think when you get into a situation where game after game that's happening, you get too down on yourself and you can start questioning too many things when it's like, lads, you're good at football. Just go out there and play football. Go out there and show people what you're good at. And I think Leicester going back to the same place again, back to the scene of the crime, as it were, is going to be a really good thing because you can say, look, we can draw a line under this here and now and say, look, that was in the past. That was our blip period. But now we can go on and be strong.
Let's hope that does happen. You know, I think you saw real frustration in the week from Jurgen Klopp as well. He said he's sick of conceding these goals, just like we all are. So you imagine something's going on behind the scenes. You imagine something's getting said. Let's hope things change. Let's hope we can get a result there. But for more on that Leicester game, here's Neil.
In the studio, because it's pouring down outside. And it's dead easy to say, well, Neil, when you walk through a storm, indeed, it's dead easy to say you'll never walk alone. But listen, firstly, it's going to be a long, wet winter, so don't worry. There'll be lots of me walking around in the rain for you. But number two, when you walk through a storm, we get caught up in our own iconography, and I'm very pleased to be in this space right now where you can see lots and lots of it behind me. You can see all the words and all the ideas. You can see lads playing League Cup games and winning that trophy. And you can say things like Liverpool Football Club exists to win trophies. You can say that, and you're right to say that. But we get hung up on our own past in that you can cherry pick bits. Bill Shankly supposedly said Liverpool Football Club exists to win trophies. Bill himself didn't win one for 7 years. 7 years. You can say things like when you walk through a storm, that we all stay together and all of that sort of stuff, but it's understandable that people get frustrated because there aren't enough trophies in the cabinet, because the football isn't good enough, because Liverpool aren't winning games, they're not scoring goals, they're not giving us that release. You can say all of these things, you can use all the examples until the cows come home. Shankly never took the Football League Cup seriously, as an example, but Liverpool Football Club exists to win trophies. You can get caught up in it, it can go one way or the other. But what matters more than anything is what happens on a Saturday afternoon, on a Saturday evening. What happens now, what matters now, is the core thing. What Liverpool do at Leicester, 5:30, how they put that defeat behind them. And there hasn't been many defeats recently, but what there have been is disappointing performances. Too many soft goals conceded, not enough goals scored. That's the reality of the situation, and that's what this Liverpool side, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool side, in the present, has to deal with on Saturday, 5:30 against a Leicester side, a place where Liverpool have gone to and struggled since they've come back up into the Premier League, since Jurgen Klopp's been in charge. There's even there's a precursor for that in David Peace's fantastic Red or Dead. He depicts Shankly sitting up nights trying to work out how to beat Leicester City. Jurgen Klopp will be doing the same thing right now. What does he do against this Leicester City side? What team does he pick? How does he go about it? It's the Anfield wrap. We'll be talking about what he will do. We'll be talking about what he did do. We'll give you an immediate reaction show. We'll review it later in the week. You'll get the Anfield wrap that you expect every single week, talking about Liverpool Football Club, immersed in Liverpool Football Club, dripping with Liverpool Football Club. But the reality is this, 5:30, Saturday, Liverpool just win.
All right, so that was Neil. Looking forward to this weekend's game, but a couple more things. The safe standing campaign really has gone a little bit quiet. I think not so many people talking about it now as there was, maybe a couple of months ago or so. So just wanted to give that a mention. At the Anfield app, we're always being right behind it. And in fact, we made a donation this week towards the first safe standing section in England. That's scheduled to happen, hopefully going to happen, at Shrewsbury Town. They've got a crowdfunder campaign going on right now. Fans chipping in who want to see safe standing happen in this country. I think they've raised around about £50,000, £53,000, around that I think it is at the moment as I speak. They need to reach around 65 to make the safe standing section happen. So if you're really passionate about it like we are, get involved, throw something in. There's all different things you can contribute, different tiers, and you get little rewards back and things like that. So the website to do that should be on the screen right now. Get involved, back the campaign, and hopefully one day we'll see safe standing right across England, and hopefully in the COP one day as well, because I think A, it's safe, and B, it improved the atmosphere lots and lots and lots, because as you should know by now, I went up to Celtic, looked that up on YouTube when I did that, went and stood in the safe standing section, and it was brilliant, really good. One more thing as well this week, we did a show which was a little bit different for the Anfield wrap. We had Professor Clifford Stott in, and he was really, really interesting. I'm not just saying that, I'm obviously going to say all our shows are great, but this one was really interesting. It's about how fans are policed and stewarded when they go to games, in particular away games. We talked about the Arsenal and Cologne situation and how that was reported and how it was policed. Also, the Man City fan who we saw on the pitch at Bournemouth, who was getting put in a headlock and all that sort of thing. So we had a chat about why that is and why fans are still treated in a certain way and perceived in a certain way. And we put that one out for free as well. So if you enjoyed it, if you listened to it and enjoy it, be really grateful if you gave that one a share round, told your mates about it, told fans of other teams as well. That's just an example really of something we can do with the Anfield app. The reason we can do it is the people that subscribe, obviously. They allow us to do this full time. They allow us to jump in the studio day after day and do more and more shows. So thanks for that. And if you don't subscribe, please do.